What is going on, guys? And welcome back to another episode of the US of Angling. I've got a little bit of a different video for you guys today. I can promise you that what you saw on the thumbnail is not clickbait. Unfortunately, that has been my reality the past week and a half to 2 weeks. Yeah, I've been in Colorado for 2 weeks now. I've attempted 4 separate times to go out and make fishing videos. I've gotten skunked twice, attacked by dogs once, and robbed once. So that's the reason for the short break. I do my best to try and make at least one video a week for you guys. I can promise you I've got more coming soon. I've got a couple things to get figured out, but I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an explanation at least. But before I get into those stories, I want to let you guys know this whole video is not about just bad things. I will be including the best footage that I got in my 4 trips fishing. So there's going to be a clip in there. And then I'm also doing my very first giveaway. I was going to do my first giveaway once I hit 1,000 subscribers. I've got less than 100 more to get there. But I've got some fishing stuff to buy. I'm going on a little shopping spree to replace absolutely every single lure that I own that got stolen. So I figure if I'm going to be at the store blowing a bunch of money, I might as well buy a couple extra things for you guys. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit later, but I'll be giving away a year's worth of my favorite fishing lure. If you guys have seen my channel, you know exactly what that is. If you don't, you can either wait till the end of this video or go back and check out my videos when I'm fishing for walleyes, crappies. I've even got an ice fishing video using my favorite lure. So not all negative. So to start, the very first fishing trip that I went on, I got attacked by 2 dogs. I'm going to give you guys the quick rundown of what happened. I was at a place called Monument Lake about an hour south of Denver. I'd just gotten to this fishing spot, started to walk around to look, for a spot to film my intro, for a spot to start fishing. I see a lady in some tall grass fishing, and I have to walk by her to get to a couple spots that I think look pretty good. As I start approaching her, I hear her calling for her dogs that seem to have run off a little bit. Well, I'm going through this very skinny trail, and by the time I get up to her, her dogs decided to come back, and they were not happy to see me, to say the least. One of them was a German Shepherd. The other one was some sort of short-haired cattle dog is the best I can describe it. But it was not a small dog, but definitely smaller than the German Shepherd was. So I'm walking down the trail. They are running at me. I can't see them until they're 10 feet away. And they didn't look very happy, but I was like, hey, buddy, what's going on? Expecting it maybe just jump on me and lick me, maybe. I quickly found out that wasn't going to happen. I put my arm out like this. And if you can imagine, like a police dog latching onto a bad guy's arm and shaking, that's exactly what happened to me. He latched on right on my elbow here. Luckily, just did one big shake and let go. I'm sure it was all a little bit blurry, but I'm sure I let out a pretty good shriek. Turned around, I had my backpack on, and the smaller of the 2, the non-German Shepherd, started chomping on my butt. And luckily, I was right next to the lake. I'm not really sure if it was my own instincts or if I've just watched enough Discovery Channel of big game getting attacked by wolves and lions and stuff, and they run into the water to get away from them. But that's exactly what I had to do. It was run out into the lake. And once I was in the water, I didn't get bit again, but that German Shepherd just kept coming out, charging me. So in total, I ended up with I got 5 stitches in my arm. Maybe I'll include a picture, maybe I won't right here. And I got 4 real good bites on my butt. They ripped my pants, ripped my boxers. Honestly, when I went to the doctor, I didn't even, I wasn't thinking about my butt just because my arm was all bleeding down it and everything. And they asked me if I got bit anywhere else. And I told them my pants were ripped. Pulled my pants down, and yeah, I had 4 real good bites on my butt too. That was actually the worst part because it bruised up, trying to lay down, roll over, anything was pretty painful for a couple of days. But the worst part about this whole story, the lady left. She never said a single word to me, never checked on me. It took her a couple minutes to get her dogs under control, and by this time I'm like 100 yards down the shoreline in the water still, and she put her dogs in the car and drove off. So it was like a 60-year-old lady. She was driving a white Subaru Crosstrek with a German Shepherd and like a blonde, some sort of like cattle dog, like a stocky short-haired cattle dog. But cops and animal enforcement have not been able to find her or get any leads. So yeah, with all of that said, I feel like it's a pretty fair statement to call that a dog attack and not just getting bit by a dog, because it was pretty intense. So that was just the first fishing trip that was an absolute fail. Following that, I went one more time. That was the time I got skunked. Actually, I got skunked twice. So we're at 3 fishing trips that I was not able to make a video. So then just yesterday, I was out fishing. I'd fished about 8 hours and I had caught a couple really small fish, couple small trout, 1 small bass out of the Arkansas River. I decided to just completely wipe that footage, start over, and make a fly fishing video because I thought that I could do pretty well fly fishing. So I brought all my spinning combo stuff and my entire tackle box back into my truck, grabbed my fly fishing stuff, went out and went fishing. And I've got a clip of right after I found out I got robbed that I'll show you guys right now. Well guys, parked right here. There's actually another vehicle parked right next to me that got their window broke. I guess my truck was unlocked, even though I thought I doubled and tripled checked, because I parked right next to this sign. Beware, do not tempt thieves. Don't leave valuables in view. Lock your car. So there goes the sheriff. They just took the police report. This is the second time I've gotten my vehicle broke into. The first time I had $5,000 worth of valuables. Big ticket item then was my Panoptics. Luckily, this time I added things up quickly and I'm around 800 bucks, which sucks, but I think if I turn it into insurance, I've got a $500 deductible, so saves me 300 maybe, unless my insurance goes up. I don't really know, but you gotta love a good thief. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. I've actually been adding things up, and to replace the things that have been stolen is actually more expensive than I thought. So we're coming up on about $1,000 worth of things. I haven't really went through all of my actual fishing lures yet and tried to add those up. I've got to talk to my insurance, but yeah, it's a big bummer. But I try and look on the bright side, and the bright side is I get to go on a very fun shopping spree to get all my stuff back. Yeah, that's been my last 2 weeks of fishing in Colorado. I've been fishing in Colorado. There is some amazing fishing opportunities here. I'm still absolutely stoked to get up into the mountains, fish some streams. There's some lakes and ponds that I want to hit around here too. It's just my first 4 trips have been an absolute disaster. To this giveaway, to qualify or to enter the giveaway, you have to do one thing and one thing only. And that is comment below this video your favorite fish to eat. And if you don't eat fish, you can comment your favorite fish to catch, or one or the other or both. But you've got to just at least mention something about eating fish or your favorite fish to catch. And that gets you entered. You don't have to be a subscriber. The reason I say this is it actually hurts a YouTube channel to subscribe and then not watch fishing videos. So if you don't plan, or if you don't enjoy watching fishing videos and you just happen to stumble upon this video because of the thumbnail, don't worry about subscribing. I will happily send you a year's worth of my favorite fishing lures without you being a subscriber. I appreciate you watching this video and making it this long. Hopefully it was entertaining enough. That wraps up everything that I really wanted to update you guys on. So I will include this little clip that I took while I was up in the mountains. All right, guys, so I found the beaver dam. I don't know if you guys can see that. And there's actually 2 beavers. I saw 2 of them. They're swimming this way. So I'm gonna take my stuff off and see if I can't get one to swim just right next to us. Where'd they go? Maybe I bet they went underwater. Oh, okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see. We're just gonna lay flat right here. Hopefully see him right here in this little creek. Here we go. That was pretty cool. I really appreciate your guys' support. Thanks so much for watching. And my luck has got to turn around this next outing. So make sure to stay tuned for my next video. Thanks again, guys. Get out there and catch something.